Okay, so today we are going to continue the guide. How to Killer Guide is going to go back in full swing. Yesterday, if you missed it, we did just a fun little stream. We fucked around and we had fun with the Haunted by Daylight event. It's pretty good this year. Actually, it's been pretty good for the past few years. So, either way, it's been fun. We'll be playing mostly via that. So, we'll have some little bits and pieces of different gameplay. But, for the most part, we are going to be doing the same as we've done every day, Pinky. Take over the world. And by doing that, we're going to spin the wheel with a bunch of Disney and, State Farms. Like a good neighbor, State Farms is spinning a wheel. Ba-ba-ba-da-boom. Bam. Oh, well, isn't that just great? We are going to be playing Ghostface. Or the Ghostface. Actually, that sounds quite fun and apropos for the spirit that we're going for. We played a little bit of the shape last time. Some scratched mirror Myers. If you want to see some, it's really fun. But no, that is not what we're doing today. We are going to be playing as the Ghostface. We actually played as him yesterday, so I am very well acquainted in how we are going to be going around this guy. So let's begin then, shall we? The Ghostface is a stealth killer. One of the few stealth killers. Actually, there's... Yeah, I mean, the stealth killers can just go invisible, essentially invisible, undetectable mostly, unless you're the Wraith, and they are quite powerful if you can manage not to hit line of sight and other things like that. So, the Ghostface special ability is that he's just a real creep in all senses of the world. Word. Okay. Focus. Trying to jump in with the most energy and it's just throwing me. I can become undetectable and do a little crouch. When I am crouched and undetectable, I can move around the field nice and stealth-like, and I can then stalk my prey, the survivors. More specifically, I mean, who else would I be stalking? The pumpkins? No, that's with corn, because stalks. Anyway, how you stalk is you are able to lean in any direction, kind of like a first-person shooter, around corners, and if you are stalking around a corner while looking at somebody, a little meter builds up. Once that meter builds to full, the survivor in question becomes exposed, and I can down them in one hit. So you are just gonna be sneaking around and being creepy. That's the Ghostface. He is, I would think, is he easy to learn, hard to master? Because I want to say he is. Because the general idea of just being a little creep, poking your head out behind corners and just looking at people, that's pretty easy to understand, but the actual practice of doing it can take some work. And if the survivors are good enough or know how to cancel you out, I don't know. We'll see how we play. I like to run, well, I'll be honest, last time when we played, we found out that for some weird bug that happened to our game, all of our loadouts for all of our killers became basic. So we had to reselect all sorts of things for what I tend to do with the killers. So this is a potentially new build that I have with the Ghostface, and it worked out pretty well. Lethal Pursuer, so I know where somebody is, so that I can go and stalk them. That's always good. Any kind of radar aura reading perk is very good with the Ghostface, because then you can see them through a wall and kind of peek around it to mark them. Surge works extremely well with the Ghostface because there is no special attack to be had. The one hit down is just a basic attack because the status effect or the special thing is locked to the survivor, not your attack, so Surge works quite well. And more chances than not, you're going to be stalking and one-hit killing survivors next to generators, so immediately popping that kind of stuff. Deathbound, we want to stay a little bit hidden, even if we're not in our crouched stalking state, so making other people oblivious is going to be a okay thing. And then with Hex Overture, we then become undetectable, and we get a little information about where somebody may or may not be repairing. This, I think, you know what, we can swap with, I think I had this previously, where is it? It'd be under D. No, we're on the X's, and the O's. There it is, Discordance. Because our stalk can hit multiple survivors at the same time. So actually, Discordance would be a little bit better of a location perk there. Though the other one does make us undetectable, so give or take, but I think that would be just fine. I also have movement speed while stalking is increased, and anyone who is marked is oblivious. That should be fun. We had a good match yesterday with Ghostface, so we are going to be going hard today. And unlike yesterday, we are going for the kill. Because yesterday we were just going for jump scares. This time, we're going for the kill. So, let's go. I actually really do like Ghostface as a killer. He's just the right amount of creepy. And if you're a survivor and you don't realize it's a Ghostface match right away, you just turning your camera and seeing a little mask pop around the corner is fucking terrifying. So I do enjoy a good Ghostface game. We're gonna try and be good though. We also ran into oh wait, do I have the tactical silver steel? No, that was from Myers that I picked up. Damn, I got the bloody knife from Myers yesterday too, so that we want to equip onto him if we do him. We ran into, because we played both Killer and Survivor yesterday. Again, if you're interested, go check out just the regular Dead by Daylight playlist and or previous stream. We ran into a Ghostface that was BM. Super asshole behavior. Tunnel slugged. I don't think they camped, but they didn't need to. Ghostface can be a bit, well, brutal. Brutal is a good word for it. Yeah, and look, there's the pop art. pop art's really good. Ooh! Somebody's playing against the Ghostface that doesn't realize it. Oh, the scare factor and the spookiness went away. Because that spoiled the jump scare. Well, okay, they're still gonna get jump scared. It'll be we'll still get some jumps. But, ooh, and it's not a bad map. Lots of, blind corners. Alright, you're all the way over there. Oh, and that one's over there. Well, we might as well pick off... I'll try and pick off the weak one. I see you. I see you. Where are you going? Whoop! Oh, she went into the fog. Well, our stock ability came back. But we'll be okay. There we go. Surge kicked in. Don't have to kick that. Yoink! Come here. Oh, they got Pony. Oh, God. They're actually really good at it, too. Thank you very much. Okay, first thing about the Ghostface that you need to keep in mind. Your stalk ability breaks with people seeing you, so you have to stay very hidden in order to stay undetectable. This counts for... this counts for people on a hook as well. So, you have to be a bit careful when using your ability after you have hooked somebody. You have to go a little bit away before you can mark them. You also get a little indicator. Ooh, almost. Yoink! Oh, I thought I grabbed them. Alright, we're gonna kick. Kick! Because why not? Oh, they really panicked and went around everywhere. Even if you aren't doing stalking stuff. Stop it. Ooh, did you get slowed down by a ghosty? Ooh, we're gonna stalk. We're gonna crouch. Yoink! They got it fixed before I yanked them off. It's fine. Alright, this match is going hard real quick. Yeah. Real quick, real fast. Oh, yep, there we go. Alright, so as I was saying... Oh, fucking hell! As I was saying, this match is going really hard, so I actually have to pay attention. Oh, missed. Shit. Ooh, I don't know how I hit that. Gonna take... Ah, hindered. Fuck. Alright, where's a hook? Saw that. Is there a hook over here? I don't know where a hook is. Oh my god. That was like a dead zone for hooks. Get the fuck back here. Thank you. Now, at least you put yourself next to a hook that I can get. Okay, you're not quite square on there. Good attempt. Ooh, good hit, too. Alright, might as well kick that down. Alright, you want to get hit so badly? Here, let me stab you. Stabby, stabby. There we go, generator goes pop. Pony gets activated. Oh, look, there's a thing over here. And another generator goes. This match is hard. I've not been able to pull off my stalking mechanic too much. Right, as I was saying, now we have a moment of peace and quiet, dear lord. So, our stalking mechanic is based off of line of sight. The survivor's line of sight. If they look at me for a long enough period of time, they can break the undetectable. Ooh. Someone screamed over there. There it goes. And then, if I look at a person for long enough, they become marked. They are now exposed. If they were on full health, they aren't now, but if they were on full health, I can one-hit them and down them immediately. Hence, her as well, with that. Which is why Surge is really good, because it took them a little while for them to figure out that I was behind them. So I could immediately go and knock them down real quick. Here. And do a little sneakiness. Down. Yoink! You're mine. Let me put you on a hook right here. Not meaning to get the same people in a row, but that's just how it's turning out at the moment. Ooh, discordance is going off. We can kind of use our exposure. Ooh, our exposure there. I'm looking for whoever that person is. Wherever they may or may not be. Now it is worth noting right there. Oh my god. That the meter for charging up that one-hit strike goes less, or charges slower, when... Where's the third generator? Okay, third generator's there. When I am not peeping around a corner. There are some add-ons that you can tweak that changes that. However... Alright, yeah, they're all over here. However... it's preferred that you do a little kitty corner peekaroo. There's an exposed one. There you are. Come here. Just one little mistake. One little mistake and I can get you. Boop. Where are you? There you are. Oh, is she gonna try and flash me? Ooh, she is not good at those flashlight saves. She's trying, though. She is very much trying. Up you go. Do that right in front of me. Boop, boop. Alright, now I need to go stealth. Because... Gotcha. Alright, Pony. Pony up. You're gonna be my first sacrifice. She has done very well. Come on. There we go. And they're probably all the way over there. Let's stay uncrouched. Alright. They ran out. Where is the last person? Oh, there. Not in the greatest of abilities there. Stab you. Alright, yeah, you can get the little twerk there. That's fine. Hey! And I got that. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. GG's as well to them. Oh, yeah, that Sable. Yeah, she knew what she was doing. She absolutely knew what she was doing. So, yeah, she did very well on that. Yay. So, now that I'm not fully distracted by actually playing the killer, let's go over what just happened. Grab all the blood points. There we go. Because I was doing a horrible job explaining what was going on while we were playing that, because the survivors actually went really hard with that. Which is good. I like a good back and forth Ghostface fight. It's either going to be a clean sweep with the survivors not really caring that they're exposed, or I don't get anybody because they're way too on top of, like, spotting me. So there is a nice middle ground, and that was kind of it for the Ghostface. So, as you saw during that match, I used my stalk... Here, no, bring it up here. I used my stalk ability. No, technically it's the Night Shroud ability, to become undetectable. You could tell because of the little foofy, foggy clouds that were in my vignette. That allowed me to become undetectable. In doing so, I could then crouch and creep up next to someone fixing a generator or healing somebody, and I can then stalk them, which was the red circle meter filling up on the survivor. Once that fills up to full, I get the one-hit down ability, which then, you know, they get exposed, they get downed in one, being if they are at full health, even if, you know, full health or injured, but it's preferably on full health. It's a very simple killer to understand. However, the trick to doing your stalk and Night Shroud ability is line of sight. If the survivor sees you or keeps line of sight for a not lengthy amount of time, but it's a decent little amount of time, you become detectable again. This, like I was saying, also happens when you have hooked somebody. The survivor on the hook can still line of sight you, so you have to move away when you hook somebody and then do your ability. Is there anything else I'm missing? I don't think so. Do we want to do another match? I kind of want to do another match. Ghostface is fun. So yeah, I'm going to say he's an easy to learn but hard to master killer. The easy stuff is being a creep. Like, if you can stalk people effectively, you're gonna get your downs really good. The harder stuff is the line of sight management and making sure that you get to stay in your Night Shroud ability. That's where I'm going for. There's not much tech. The only, like, real tech I can think of is using your stalk ability as, like, a little scanner. Because when someone is stalked, they highlight in white. And they slowly become red over time. If you have, like, a high vantage point, you can do your stalk, and you might be able to see some people, like, running around and stuff that you couldn't previously. Because you also, as you are undetectable, they're not going to notice you if you're, like, perched in a high spot. I mean, they could, but highly unlikely. Here, hopefully we'll have a little bit, not better of a match, but a more clear-cut match. Oh, good. For this time, our presence isn't known. That's the best part with a undetectable killer, or a stealth killer. The moment between the match starting and the survivors not knowing who you are. Alright, so we're going to stalk. We don't need to crouch yet. Oh, wait, I have this. Don't need to crouch yet because we want to keep the speed. Oh, careful. Watch it. Watch it. And that's 2 people. See? There goes the surge. There goes the stab. That was a fun one. That was a good one. And that guy is still exposed, so he's going to be oblivious. So, smash that. We're going to want to find him again. Even better than that, we expose another person. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's over in this direction. She's not looking at me, so I'm still undetectable. Go around the thing. Stab. So yeah, this is a little bit more of a streamlined demo here. You can see how he's supposed to be played. Now we're a little ways away. We can go. Now keep in mind line of sight, because you don't want them to see you from a distance. Alright, this lady is going to be off limits now for my hooking. And then we're going to have to go and try and find that one guy. There he is! Stab. On a hook you go. Alright, well, we know where the other guy is. She went in there. Oh, there he is. He doesn't know where we are. So we're going to use our little... There. Still doesn't see us. There he is. He becomes exposed. Still doesn't know where we are. I don't think. I'm gonna wait for him to unhook the people, because I'm nice. You're down. She gets to run. Excellent. Mine. Mine. Stay. Get. Come on. You hang out here. Beautiful. Now, I will point out perks that are not good for, or not necessarily good for the Ghostface are injury perks. You would think otherwise, seeing that there are literally everybody on this field being injured. However, usually injury perks work when you injure somebody. And depending on how you play, you're not going to be two-hitting people. You are going to be one-hitting people. So you're going to want to actually focus on the... Boop. You're going to want to focus on the one hits rather than the two hits. So injury perks, while potentially effective, are not as useful as you think. You're exposed now. Do you know where I went? I don't know where you went. Oh, I know where you went. Oh, she saw me. Break that with the ghosts. Ooh, she's gonna get that. I'm breaking it with another ghost, nice and quick. Oh, I heard somebody upstairs. We're gonna want to grab them. Where's it? Yes, because usually there's a hook right around the corner here. Up you go. Night Shroud activates yet again, so we're gonna stalk. Okay, she's already on 2 hooks. We don't want to do that. Necessarily, so instead... Yep, so our stalking ability is going up real slow because we're not peeking around a corner. Where'd you go? Oh, he went in there? Might as well follow. You got jumped by a ghost, too! Alright, where's a hook? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the other guy that's in here. But I do know I want... ghosty bits. I heard you. I see you. I know you're around. There you are. You should have left. You should have left. And now, everybody is on a 2-hook. Do a little stealth, and then there, over there. So now, everyone is free game, because they're all on 2. Oh, somebody's upstairs. I thought that was somebody's. Ah, that scared me that scared me. Oh, there are people. All right, you're going for you. I'm gonna go for the weak one. Down. Hi there. You're coming with me. La da da dee da da. Up you go. crouch. There we are. Oh, no, we definitely want to do that. There's another person on him. See, when you know there's a Ghostface, you have to pay attention to... Fuck, missed him. You have to pay attention to your exposure meter. You have to make sure. No, I saw you. Come over here. Oh, not close enough. That I know was not intended. She should have been able to pallet me there. That is an absolute shame. Here you go. Step on the hook. Did I just see that? Are you gonna attempt to run me? You... Okay, that actually works slightly better than I thought. Oh, you think you can get away from me? Okay, at this point, now we're at slight impasse. Don't necessarily know. Yeah, you wanted to run from me? Doesn't matter. You jumped over too soon. That's fine with me. You went in this direction. Do a little jump. Do a little flip. Do a little kick flip. Scratch my nose while we're in a chase because I don't have to go anywhere else. Do a little bait back and forth. That would have been a great time to flashlight. I heard that. So, kind of like the unknown, you do want to be looking at the Ghostface while he is chasing you to break undetectable. Now, can we get the 4 kill? Definitely get the hatch. See? Okay. That's another good radar tip. Because you have to... Because line of sight is... Because line of sight breaks undetectable, we do get slight indicators of... Oh no, that was a phantom camera. We do get slight indicators of where we have been looking at. So, if you want to find people, and you're not entirely sure where they are, just expose yourself. Just do your stalk, and then just walk out into the middle of somewhere, and then eventually you might get somebody noticing you. Okay, that was a much cleaner match. when explaining the Ghostface. Give me all those. Yes, tons more blood points. Another thing there. Hook more people. Love to see it. Our dailies are done, which is great. Oh, now, the difficult bit comes into play. Actually writing this all down. So, we've got the ghost face. We've got the file to choose. Where is he? There he is. Boop. Boop. Insert that as well with a bold text of easy to learn, hard to master. We then go into the listings here with a nice bold. And the basics. We then go to this, and this with another bold. For advanced. And then we go with another bold as we go into killer commendations with the little dash as well. Okay, and with that we do our little bloop. There we go. So, how do we start this? How do we start this? Do we go with the blurb? Something about being creepy and around. What's your favorite scary movie? Do I want to quote Scary Movie? What's your favorite scary movie? I don't know. I mean, the movie. The one that comes to mind isn't a scary movie, but it's the one that it's one of my favorites. But we're not going to talk about that one. I'm trying to think. What is my favorite scary movie? I don't watch a lot of scary movies, unfortunately. But I do enjoy, I hella enjoy a good scary movie. Like, the actual, like, plot-wise. I'm more of a B movie fan, so obviously slasher movies, like, bad slasher movies are up my alley. But yeah, I don't actually see a lot of them, unfortunately. Do I have? I'm gonna look over in my bookshelf there. Anything specifically that I recently got? Not recently. But when me and my mom went out a while ago, we like to go to used bookstores, and a thing you're going to find at used bookstores and antique / thrift shops. Has to be a generalized blanket there, because I love modern day antiquing, because you will find 90s things. Obviously, you will find 80s and 90s toys, which is always great. so many Spawn figurines. You would not believe how many Spawn figurines I have seen in multiple locations. And a lot of, like, niche but still kind of cool, like, Marvel stuff. Like, old 80s. Like I said, Spawn. But that's... Spawn's not... Is Spawn Marvel or DC? No, that's Dark Horse. That's completely different. Anyway, the point stands that you can find DVDs at old used bookstores, thrift shops, antique stores, not traditional antique stores, mind you, but you will always find them. And I found the complete collection on like a DVD set of Puppet Master. And that just made my day. Because I do enjoy, I've actually not watched a single one of them, but I love the aesthetic. So I just like collecting these little things, and I'm glad I have it. Because that is the most, like, a small chunk of them are classics. 1, 2, and maybe 3. Oh, no, yes, 3. The rest are arguable trash. Oh, yeah, no, Puppet Master is great. Person in the comments, yes. So, yeah. Actually, Puppet Master is one of the franchises I wish Dead by Daylight had in here. And I think they could do it, because they did Chucky. So they can do little killers. So, fingers crossed one day, though the licensing for Puppet Master is weird, so I doubt it'll ever happen. Anyway, yeah, no, found a complete collection of the movies, good and bad, all wrapped in one. So I was very happy to find that. I'm looking for Hellraiser stuff as well, but that one seems to be a little bit harder to find. Anyway, we are going to talk about Ghostface, because we're actually talking about Scream instead. So, do we start with the blurb, or do we start with the basics? I think we'll start with the basics. So, what is the basics? Oh, well, okay. As we've been saying previously, how do we play as Ghostface? We go into Stalker mode and become undetectable, and then creep around corners to mark people to be exposed. So, the basics of playing the Ghostface is being a real creep. So how do I put that into terms? This is always the hard part to start with, because it's also been not a week, but it's been a couple days since I've done writing, so since Friday. So this is always a little bit harder to start up. So how do we want to put in Ghostface? Stealth and surprise. Ooh, maybe we'll start with that. Oh, okay. Stealth and surprise is... or are. Stealth and surprise is your... Stealth and surprise are your... Stealth and surprise are your... or is your... Stupid English grammar. Stealth and surprise. Alright, we'll start with that, though. Stealth and surprise. So we'll start with that. Stealth and surprise is your greatest strength. Is your greatest strength? Just flat out, is your greatest strength? Yeah, we'll do with that. Is your greatest strength, period. So how do we continue that? that statement. Stealth and surprise is your greatest strength. Actually, no. Are your greatest strengths. There it is. Because it has to be plural. That sounds better. Stealth and surprise are your greatest strengths. So then we go... If you can keep... Oh. Because in advanced is line of sight stuff. That's where the advanced tech comes in when you're playing as the Ghostface. So, learning how to be creepy is where oh man, how do I put this into words? I'm really scraping my brain here. Okay, stealth and surprise are your greatest strengths. For the majority of the match, you want to... Okay, what is your... Let me pull up in the back here. Night Shroud. Yeah, okay. For the majority... For most of the match, for the full length of the match, you want to be in your Night Shroud. Word that better. To do so, you want to be in... Okay, there we go. To do so, comma, you want to use your Night Shroud ability as much as possible. Period. Hey, and Night Shroud actually capitalized for us. That's absolutely wonderful. Your Night Shroud ability as much as possible. Staying undetectable and crouching. No. It's staying undetectable will help you. Staying undetectable will help you. Let's type that in instead. Will help you be able to. Will help you sneak up. Sneak up on survivors to mark them. Period. Sneak doesn't get capitalized, but the survivor does. Okay, staying undetectable will help you sneak up on survivors to mark them. Ooh, here we go. Next bit. Remember to peek around corners while stalking. Do I want to use comma? I know, because remember to peek around corners while stalking, comma, your... The comma or just another period? I think comma. I'm going to go with comma. Your... What's the word on your... Yep. Okay. Your stalk... Your stalk ability, or... Yeah. Stalk ability. Fill rate. Okay, stay undetectable will help you sneak up survivors to... I'm going to put stalk them here instead. That's how you spell stalk? Yes, it is. Like chalk. There's surprisingly no U. Because English grammar. Remember to peek around corners while stalking. Do I want to do... Yeah. Do I want to do that? Yeah. While stalking. Because... While stalking. Comma. Your... Let me just get words correct here. Your mark... This will charge... Yeah. This will charge your mark faster this will... Okay, remember to peek around corners while stalking. This will charge your mark faster than just staring at a survivor normally. Period. If, because we're going to go with if, because the survivor may notice, if the survivor doesn't notice you by the time your mark activates, you can, or jumping out and evades, you can jump out. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can jump out from behind your cover and down them super easily. Period. Okay, need to do... Mates, you can jump out from behind your corner and down them super easily. Let's go into if they do notice you and run. But don't break your night shroud. Okay. If they do notice you and don't break your night shroud ability, notice you and run, but don't break your night shroud ability. Keep stalking them. Keep stalking them as they flee in order to still get the mark. Period. In order to keep the mark. A lot of capitalized letters here because we're talking about specific terms. Okay. Stealth and surprise are your greatest strength. To do so, you want to use your Night Shroud ability as much as possible. Staying undetectable will help you sneak up on survivors to stalk them. Remember to peek around corners while stalking. This will charge your mark faster than just staring at a survivor. Normally, the survivor doesn't notice you by the time your mark... God God damn it. Activates, you can jump out from behind your cover and down them super easy. If they do notice you and run, but don't break your Night Shroud ability, keep stalking them as they flee in order to still get the mark. And then we want to talk about if they do... Or do we? No, I think if they do break your undetectable, if they do break your Night Shroud, and you still... and you haven't marked them, I mean, you can chase them normally, but it wouldn't really be that effective. Okay, so actually, do I split the Advanced and Mastery up together in order to make a slight distinction? Because the Advanced part is the line of sight. You don't want to have your line of sight broken when you are sneaking up on people. However, sometimes you do want it to be broken. When you want information. So I don't know if that would be... I think that kind of interweaves with itself. That does seem a bit more high-techy in a mastery state of it, if you purposefully get your line of sight broken, or line of sight activated. We'll see how the advance kind of plays out here. So, okay. Yeah, okay, the trick to staying undetectable in Night Shroud... Okay. The trick to staying undetectable in your Night Shroud is line of sight. Okay, no, that's going to be slightly different. The trick to staying undetectable in your Night Shroud. That's a D. Night Shroud. Is... The trick to staying undetectable in your Night Shroud is keeping... The trick to staying undetectable in your Night Shroud... No, okay. Completely lost the sentence there. What do we go for? What do we go for? Night Shroud. Oh no, your Night Shroud ability has a weakness. And that is line of sight. Has one... Oh, yeah, okay. Your Night Shroud ability has one major weakness. Comma. Line of sight. Period. If a survivor looks at you for a short amount of time, it will break your undetectable status. Period. That's a great start. Great start. Survivor looks at you for a short amount of time, it will break your undetectable status. In order to not have this happen, try using map geography in order to sneak up on generators or other locations. No, okay, that's starting to... In order to not have this happen, no, in order to... I think we'll just say in order to keep this from happening, use map terrain to your advantage. Period. That is a lot of stuff that we do not want to have capitalized. Map. That's urane. No. To your advantage. Keep. Okay, it's keep. I know that's how we start this. Keep. I'm gonna take a drink here. Ghostface in the background, just having a nice stab-happy time. Keep cover. Cover works. Keep cover. Keep your cover by crouching and only pop your head out to stalk when you have a good vantage point. Period. Okay. Keep cover by crouching and only pop your head out to stalk. No, that's the wrong kind of stalk. We don't want a soup stalk. We want a creepy perverted stalk when you have a good vantage point. This is where the however sometimes breaking okay, what is it? Sometimes what has its advantages? Sometimes being spotted has its advantages. Period. While you are being looked at, you will get a small notification of which direction you are being spotted in. Period. You can use this to locate survivors if you are having trouble finding them. Period. While you're being looked at, you can spawn information of which direction you can be spotted. You can use fires. You can even use Night Shroud and then walk out into the open in order to find people and period. Yeah, because that's you can use survival. You can even use Night Shroud and then walk out into the open in order to find people with this tactic. Period. Beautiful. Okay. That's some good shit right there. I'm gonna save because I haven't saved yet in a little while. Okay, I think that's a pretty damn good how-to entry right there. Let's do the intro blurb and then recommendations, and, well, the intro blurb first, then we'll read it out, and then we'll do the recommendations. Because there's actually quite a few recommendations that you would want. Right. Did you ever want to be a creep? Peeping Tom. Have you ever wanted to be a peeping Tom? Question mark. I'll be real honest, I didn't know if question mark would actually pop up there. Peeping Tom, that's, I think, a dash. Have you ever wanted to be a peeping Tom? Creep around corners and stare at unsuspecting victims. Period. Do I put another question mark? Actually, that's technically not a question, but if I put a question mark at the end of it, it goes creep around corners and stare at unsuspecting victims instead of creep around corners and stare at unsuspecting victims. It inflects something a little bit more, so I'm actually going to put another question mark there. Fun. Then have I got a killer for you? Period. The Ghostface is, okay, for starters, Ghostface is 2 words. The okay, and also, just noticed that. Put killer there. Have you ever wanted to be a peeping Tom? Creep around corners and stare at unsuspecting victims? Then I got a killer for you. The Ghostface is a stealth killer that loves to what does he love to do? I don't want to say creep. Watch. Ooh, watch. Is the normal watch? I know WATCH. Is that how you spell watch, as like in your wristwatch? Or is that how you spell watch as in... You know what? I'm gonna... To Google! WATCH. word. Watch. Oh, that's... Oh, wow. Watchword is an actual thing. Because there's a definition for it. A watchword, phrase, expression. A watchword. Oh, a word or phrase expressing a person or group's core aim or belief. Not what I was going for, but good to know. Watch. Watch verb. Yep, no, you can use it as it's spelt the same. Yay! I forget what those are called. W-A-T-C-H. It's not homonym. Homonym is... or homophone? Either way, noun or verb. Loves to watch from a distance. Ooh, do I go the slight cuck route? No. the cuck joke. But no, we're not going to do that. From a distance. From a distance. And wait to pounce. Period. Pounce. Period. Here wants to be a pt.10. Creep around corners. Creep around corners and ooh. Ask what their favorite... ask... what's their scary movie? It was favorite. Yep, there he is. And ask your victims. Yep, I saw that. What's their favorite? What is? Okay, their scary favorite movie. Whoops. Nope. Favorite scary movie. There we go. Therefore, we have our that. That is a bot and a half. Fucking hell. We'll take care of that at the end of the stream. Don't click on anything that they send. Great. Okay. Then I got a killer for you. The Ghostface is a stealth killer that loves to watch from a distance and wait to... waits to pounce. Okay, we need a final wrap-up sentence here. Have you ever watched pt.10, creep around corners and ask your victims what's their favorite scary movie? Then have I got a killer for you. The Ghostface is a stealth killer that loves to watch from a distance and waits to pounce. There needs to be one extra sentence here. What can it be? The wrap-up sentence. What is it? What is it? What is it? No matter. No matter. No matter. I don't know about no matter. We'll keep it in the back of our mind there for... We'll keep that in the back of our mind, but what is it? Watch it from a distance. You can be... Ooh, you can be... You can be might work. You can be... That... no, I'm not coming up with anything after that. Your victims... I already said... Have I already said victims? Yes. Your prey won't know... Oh, there it is. There it is. Your prey won't know what hit them until it's too late. Period. Period. Sometimes I think I mumble just a little bit and the audio thing doesn't catch it. Okay. Now, do I have another synonym here for prey? Because I know victim is one. I could do the survivors. But I use a lot of survivors in the next blurbs. No, I think prey. I like using prey as a good thing here. Alright, let's do a little save. Let's preview. Oh, perfectly. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautifully not contextualized. What's the word I'm thinking of? Something. Doesn't matter. Alright. Let's read this through then, shall we? Start with an actual word there. Have you ever wanted to be a peeping Tom? Creep around corners and ask your victims what's their scary... Have you ever... Let's start that again. And let's start that properly, because I didn't actually start it properly. The Ghostface. Easy to learn, hard to master. Have you ever wanted to be a peeping Tom? Creep around corners and ask your victims what's their favorite scary movie? Have I got a killer for you? Then have I got a killer for you? The Ghostface is a stealth killer that loves to watch from a distance and waits to pounce. Your prey won't know what hit them until it's too late. The basics. Stealth and surprise are your greatest strengths. To do so, you want... yeah, okay, is it to do so? Maybe we just go, you want to use... Yeah, we don't need the to do so. See, this is why we reread. Stealth and surprise are your greatest strengths. You'll want to use your Night Shroud ability as much as possible. Staying undetectable will help you sneak up on survivors to stalk them. Remember to peek around corners while stalking, because and we don't need a comma, because right, where was the... Remember to peek around corners while stalking, because this will... Right? Remember we'll peek around corners while stalking, because... Well, that still doesn't sound right for me. Remember to peek around corners while stalking, because this... No, actually, I think that... comma. While stalking. Or we can just do a period. Yeah, no, comma. Remember to peek around corners while stalking. This will charge your mark faster than just staring at a survivor normally. If the survivor doesn't notice you by the time your mark activates, you can jump out from behind your corner and down them super easily. If they do notice you and run, but don't break your Night Shroud ability, keep stalking them as they flee in order to still get the mark. Maybe it's me in the talking. Yeah. My tongue's not doing too great today. Advanced. Your Night Shroud ability has one major weakness: line of sight. If a survivor looks at you for a short amount of time, it will break your undetectable status. In order to keep this from happening, use map terrain to your advantage. Keep cover by crouching, and only pop your head out to stalk when you have a good vantage point. However, sometimes being spotted has its advantages. While you are being looked at, you will get a small notification of which direction you are being spotted in. You can use this to locate survivors if you are having trouble finding them. You can even use Night Shroud and then walk out into the open in order to find people with this tactic. Is there anything else I needed to talk about? Nope. No, I think we're good. So let's save that up. Let's go back over to the game, and we will take a peek as to who we want to recommend for people that play Ghostface. Now, I do want to check. Let me go back to my guide here. First and foremost, where do you go in the lineup? You go right before the Demigorgon. So let me put you right there, and then after Myers. Let me go over to the Wraith here, the Spirit, and the Dredge. Do I think, actually, that's a fair point, because there's actually as stealth killers go, it's actually a little unfortunate. Well, I don't want to say unfortunate, but the majority of good stealth killers, or the mechanic of being able to stealth yourself, is really just centered around arc cell killers. Wraith has, the invisibility, obviously, and that's as close to pure stealth as you can get, but the shape, Ghostface, we have Henri, technically, as well. Not Xenomorph, though you could consider him a stealth killer. Chucky, the good guy, goes stealth as well, but as others go, Dredge isn't technically a stealth killer. He's a teleport killer with a little bit of stealth kicked in. Oh yeah, also the pig, because she can crouch and go stealthy. So, technically, all the really good stealth killers are arc cell killers. So we have to go real hard with this. So, we'll put down the shape. Oh wait, no, not for you. You. We'll go back over to Ghostface. We'll write down the shape. We do want to put in some iridescent killers as well, so if we run into somebody, we will. Right, so shape. Nightmare isn't really a stealth killer. Pig. Actually, no, pig. Absolutely. Because they have the pretty much the exact crouch mechanic. So actually, anyone that crouches, let me actually take a look at this. Because there are a few more killers that crouch. Do I want to put the twins in that? I'm going to have to replay the twins in order to remember if that kind of works. I mean, you're very low to the ground. It says stack instead of stalk. Ooh. Now surprise. You are completely correct. Because I put CK instead of LK. Thank you so much. And it didn't come out as a, what's the word I'm thinking of? Grammar mistake, because it was still a word. See, this is why you always need to reread your stuff much more thoroughly. Of course, that being said, once this entire thing is done, I'm going to go with it through I'm going to go with it. Bleh. I'm going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb in order to make sure all the stuff is taken care of. Okay, so, yes. We had the shape and the pig are definite branches of Ghostface. Well, technically, a pig is a branch of... Ghostface is the branch of a pig because he came after. Otherwise, a lot of the other game mechanics don't really work. Is there an expose mechanic? I know the good guy, but I haven't played the good guy. I don't have him, so I can't put him on the list yet as a recommendation. Is there anybody here who has one-hit kills? Legion? I don't like the fact that I would recommend a Legion. Yeah, no, the other big one-hit killer is the shape. I think we're okay here. Everyone else plays just differently enough where that doesn't work. Yeah, so other than the good guy, which I haven't played before, that's the only two recommendations I can think of there. So, yay for that. Alright, minimize you, bring this back up. We go to the wheel! Da-na-na. Alright, and with that, we go over to Ghostface, and, oops, nope, misclick, Ghostface, knock him off the list. And we spin again! Who are we going to play next? Oh, the Kresu. I'll be real honest. Okay, we got her earlier last week. I still need time with her to really figure her out. So I'm going to keep her on the list, but we're not going to do her. We're going to spin again. Whee! And whoever is up will be next. Oh, speaking of, Dredge. We can do the Dredge. Dredge is, ooh. How would I rate the Dredge? How would I rank the Dredge here? Is he noob friendly? Yes, I also have a Frosty Dredge. Frosty the murderer. And then, of course, like I said earlier in the stream, for some reason, all of our perks got reset. So I have to redo that before we begin. Is the Dredge a noob-friendly killer? Because there is a little bit of a difference between noob-friendly and easy-to-learn, hard-to-master. But I think... Okay. So I think he is an easy-to-learn, hard-to-master. Because, while on paper, the whole teleporting between lockers and the Nightfall thing makes it, like, kind of... I don't want to say play itself, but it's real easy to get all that stuff going. What can kind of slightly tip him into an easy to learn, hard to master is that there is a little technique that you can do with the Dredge that isn't I don't think is written here. Let me reread this. Personal power button to activate. Once activated, the Dredge leaves a remnant behind. Aim. Okay, so that specifically, remember remnant. Aim at a locker and press the ability button to teleport into it, or press the attack button to return to the... Okay, there it is. That tiny little sentence right there. We either go in a remnant and teleport, or go back to our remnant, our essential husk that we teleported or moved from. That little thing right there is the tech that you can use to actually elevate and bring some tactic to the Dredge. For me, and how my rankings go, noob friendly is extremely straightforward. There really isn't any other big techniques or things you can do with the killer power in order to kind of play around with and trick survivors. That remnant kicks this guy up from noob friendly to easy to learn, hard to master, which is where the advanced tech is going. The basics is going to be his teleport and nightfall. So that would be that. The remnant is disabled when you teleport to a locker or when a survivor touches it while in a locker. And then it's a very brushed off ability. However, this is actually a very useful thing to do to help mitigate looping and other little things that survivors can do to trip you up. So we will go into that later. I don't use it a lot because it is a little bit more situational than you would think, and I don't pull it off as well as I should. But it's a pretty good ability. Alright, with that said, we have to re-kit the Dredge out. The Ghostface was someone I played yesterday, so I already had a loadout for him. The Dredge, on the other hand, does not. So before we begin, I always like to... auras of lockers are visible in yellow. Auras of locked lockers are visible. So it helps give me a little bit of information on where survivors are. And then we'll come back to the other add-on after. So, first and foremost, how I always start off, killers that have just pretty damn basic attacks. Surge. No matter what I do, I will not be doing a special attack. Everything I do is basic, so Surge is always the thing I like to put on that. Okay. This is where the trickiness comes in, because I need to try and remember what I did here. I think... because I don't play Dredge a lot. It's fun, but I haven't played him in a while, so I don't remember what I had put for his perks. I'm gonna say add-ons. So let's actually go back to basics. This is actually the first time in our... Ooh, is it in our first time? I don't know. I can't remember, but we'll treat it as our first time of putting together a build, or at least perks that help synergize with the killer, in order to figure this out. Because the guide I'm doing doesn't have perk synergies or perk talking points, because this is aimed at beginners. Beginners are not going to have a lot of perks and or unlocked a lot of killers, so you want to stay basic. You want to learn the basics of the killer and not rely on perks too much. Only once you've played enough will you actually have enough perks to make quote-unquote builds. But I'm not at that stage. I'm not a beginner. So I can go into what we've got and what I think. Okay, so the Dredge is a teleport killer. Let's actually go over the ability here. He, aside from the remnant little tech that you can do, essentially he is a teleport killer. He can go inside of lockers or teleport between lockers and move around the map quite easily. Teleportability charges up a little slow, but that's fine. If you hit and hook enough people, the Nightfall ability will activate. The Nightfall is his big, I don't want to say empowered, it's his empowered state, where you become, does it say undetectable? Builds, House Fires is injured, there's a hook, teleport power is used. Oh, and teleport power is used, that's also useful, although not as much as the hit and hook. Nightfall meter fills faster, Nightfall survivors must navigate total darkness, teleports faster. Okay, so I do become undetectable. So, big things that happen. I become undetectable, which is really good. The survivor's vision becomes practically nothing, so they have a very hard time seeing me, although I do know that they can see each other highlighted in white, so that helps them a bit. I, however, am not hindered by the vision, and I can see people highlighted in white as well, so I can just sneak out from the shadows and nab them. I also have a much faster teleport. The travel between lockers and into lockers speeds up significantly. And while I'm in a locker, I have a radius that tells me if there are people around me. I get notifications indicating whether or not it's not aura, it's like a heartbeat thing. I get indications whether or not somebody's around me. So, when in Nightfall, you want to teleport between a lot of lockers and kind of see and kind of have a radar of where people might be. That's the basics of playing him. And then the Remnant helps up in the advanced tactics, where catching survivors of people that are trying to loop and or escape you. So that's the basics. What I need in the Dredge is aggression. No. Aggression? Yes. Some aggression, some finding people. Yeah, location and aggression. Because the Dredge needs to build that Nightfall over and over and over again. So, Surge, like I said, works perfectly with the Dredge because all his attacks, even in Nightfall or coming out of a locker, is considered basic. I want an ability to see people, so I need an aura reading perk. What kind of aura reading perk do I want? Discordance isn't as good because my abilities don't really care if there's more than one people or one person. Ooh, Beastly Prey. Do I want to gain undetectable if I am in a chase for long enough? I kind of do. That sounds fun. Ooh, yes, Darkness Reveal is always good when I search a locker or evolve survivors within 8 meters of any locker. So there's our aura reading perk. Our Beastly Prey gives us undetectable. That's kind of our bonus. In fact, let me swap it out there. I like to put number 4 as the bonus. So we have our generator. We have our aura reading. We then need, what is our weakness? Our weakness is... Ooh, it's always hard to tell. Always hard to pin that down. What do we lack? Speed. It's not speed. How fast are we? 4.6. Now we're average speed. We're the average of most killer speeds. Do I want a hex? Do I want injury? I need something that affects survivors. Do I want to jump in and out of... Ooh! Okay, wait a minute. Let me look here. Where is fired up? There it is. Okay. For each generator completed, gain stack buff. Speed bonus, picking up, dropping, vaulting, generator, breaking pallets, and breakable walls. Not going through lockers. Oh, actually, that's a good note. But I'm still gonna... There it is. I'm still going to put that there. Where did my surge go? QR. There it is. There we go. Note for locker perks when it comes to the dredge. Because you were going to be going in and out of lockers, you would think that this activates something that says when you search a locker. It does not. You have to purposefully search the locker in order to use aura reading perks that require lockers. You can't teleport and then exit and then have that proc and activate. So you do have to look through lockers specifically. But yeah, I think fired up to give myself a little bit of a speed boost as things move on. Surge helps me take down generators. Darkness Revealed will help me go through, look at auras, and then maybe teleport to said aura location. And then Beasts of Prey making me undetectable when I am in Bloodlust. That will be, I don't want to say clutch, but that'll be a creepy little extra thing that we get. Put some dowsing rods on, and then we can find our second add-on. Along with Darkness Revealed, having caffeine tablets, of seeing lockers in yellow, this will also tell us, hey, there's a bunch of lockers suddenly becoming yellow over there in that area. There's probably 1 or 2 survivors over there. I should probably go over there and check. Though we do need to keep a mental map of the surrounding area and map that we are playing in for that to actually be more effective. Let's see here. Teleportation to the Remnant will activate Killer Instinct when not in Nightfall. Yep, that's that stuff. Dredge will emerge from the Remnant facing the same direction as when teleporting is activated instead of the direction facing when the Remnant was placed. No, we don't. Ooh, excuse me. We don't want that. Amount of Nightfall charges. Increase charge speed when a survivor is injured. I think I had the skull on there. Exit locker. Increase time by exiting a locker. Ooh, that might be... increased Nightfall charge speed. Nightfall charge when injuring a survivor. 1 additional token for teleporting. Well, take the air freshener. Piney. It's a mix of pine and vanilla. Do I want to swap over my customization? No, because I absolutely love my little snowman. I love my little snowman. I could go over to the icicle blade, but I actually find that the frost appendage there looks a little bit better. All right. Like I said, haven't played the Dredge in a while. Of course, I say that for most of the killers that I show off. And it either goes really bad or really well. Dredge usually is on the better side of playing, so we will see how it goes. Drink some water. There we go. Come on, Sable. You can do it. There we go. Good girl. Alright. With his corn cob pipe and his button nose and 2 eyes made out of eyes, Dredgy the snowman, he's a not-so-cheery soul. He will stab you through the neck with his carrots and sticks and coal. Ooh, Ooh, someone hasn't gone up against the Dredge for a while. I do love... I even have the... if you've seen me play Dredge before... Actually, have I? Yeah, no, I think I've probably played Dredge before on stream at some point. You'll know I have an entire winter-themed charm set on my hooks for this guy. Very snowman winter-themed. I love him. I love him so much. He's so stupid. Love to see it. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Here we go. Ooh, the saloon. Okay, this could be interesting. Alright, so you do not start the match with your teleport, which is probably for the best, but it does charge up. Hello. Oh, that up. It does charge up rather quickly, so... Hi, I see you. That is not a very good hiding spot. I mean, he tried. He tried, I think. Come here. Alright, we're starting off real strong. Oh, and I thought I heard Surge go off. You go chill out here. I thought I heard Surge go off. No, what? Why would you stick that? That was nowhere near done. Not you. Sable. Hi. There we go. Now, I haven't used teleport yet. I usually do that only when I'm needing to find people. And luckily, we found a lot of people quite early. Okay, the hook right there got broken when that guy came off of it. So that's that. Now, I do always fuck up the remnant. No, that's not being worked on, so we can go. Alright, let's teleport. We know that over here... Oh, that's always creepy. We know that over here somebody was. We're just gonna kinda jump over to this. Make them think we left. Where in actuality, we didn't. Come here. Alright, this is a perfect time to use our... There we go. See, that's the tech. You gotta fake them out. Now, you do move just a little bit slower when you are charging your teleport. So you do have to keep that in mind. So wide loops, kind of like what I had there, aren't the best. But it worked out well. Just fine. So let's go over here. Up here. There we go. Why are you not healed? Have they not healed you? Come here. Alright, and then Nightfall goes away. It's a nice, quick experience. Everybody, clap your hands. Go. Let me go grab some ghosties. That'll speed up the hitting process. Lovely. Let's go out back. Beautiful. Hey, Bill. What the fuck are you doing? Just standing there. Surge activates, so I don't have to kick a gen. Come here. Come here. Where is... Oh, the hook over there got broke. You! Okay, well, dealing with that's an issue. That means we're not going to actually hook Bill. Yeah, I thought he was going to escape there. Where'd he go? Nope. Smarter than that. Do a little mid-chase teleport. You were looking for me in that direction, weren't you? Alright, teleport. Whoop. Come out of the locker. Person over here still around? Yes, they are. You. There we go. Nightfall activates. And with that, we scare them by leaving them alone. Alright, let's go right. Okay, that's you. I'm going for you. We have quite the advantage, the vantage point here. Went out the wrong side. Hey, Bill. Finally hook you! Yay! Get up on the fucking hook. Ooh, she's on 2. Pop out there. Alright, takes a second for that to load in. Go. Yep. That slowed down considerably. Stab. I'm actually looking for the TTV woman. Oh, good! We know that she's in the void. That actually makes this a lot easier to find her. Where is a point that I can go into the void? There! Break that. Ooh, I see Scratchies. There she is! You know what I can do? Something I always forget. There we go. Use the Q ability. Pick you up. I need to hook you in the void here. That's for a challenge. Grab. Oh, actually, you know what? No. Don't immediately go out. Spend our points to go get some ghosties. Now all we're looking for is Bill. Stay away from that, please. Alright, Nightfall will activate in a second. Beautiful. Hey, Bill. No, that's not. You're not Bill. You're not Bill. Scare him half to death by coming out the exact opposite direction I was. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yes. Go into the void. I would love for that. Nope. Too slow. Up. There we are. And now, everybody is on 2. Love it. Hey, we got the challenge. And with that, where is everybody? There. Oh, nope. Just left Nightfall. That's not where people were. Nope. Where was that? Ooh. They are kicking in some generators, which is not too shabby for them. Hi there. I'm not letting you do that. Oh, you ran in a bad position. There you go. Come on, Mr. Monkey. You shall be the first to die. Nothing here. Yeah, so surprisingly, the Dredge has a lot of mobility. It's the one thing you wouldn't really expect from a hunking mass of flesh pieces. But he does. Hey, you probably healed yourself. Come here. Stay there. Oh, I can't. Here we go. Damage that. Now where are the others? Smudge. You know what I think? I'm gonna get some... Do I want some ghosts? Do I want some ghost energy? Do I need some ectoplasm? Stab. Oh! Are you gonna show me where your survivor friend is? Oh! Alright. Alright, I'll let you, I'll put you on the basement hooks. There you go. Alright, now where is actually a good timing. That's not great timing. There she is. Oh, there. Sable. It's time for you to become one with the mass. Oh, you had a pallet right there that you could have gone to. Can I teleport here? Teleport here? Can I cut them off? At some point. Ooh, good pallet stun there. Oh, no, fuck that up. She is running to try and find the hatch. There we go. See? Good stuff. Join us! Be one with the frostbite. Mwah. Chef's kiss. GG's. Yeah, no, I will be very honest. They all did quite well. They seemed like they kind of misstepped a couple places. The Felix definitely had some problems, I want to say, with his camera, because he ran into a lot of shit when he was trying to run from me. But aside from all of that, they did quite well. They really picked up from the 5 gens that I had left them after so many hooks, up to like what they were at the end there. That got impressive. They really powered through. Hey, I can unlock something. So what do I want? Do I want... Oh no, I need a 150 for a weapon and skin there. So you know what? I won't grab. Pumpkins are cool though. Fuck it, we're gonna unlock enough. We're gonna unlock enough by the end of the week to get, or the end of the event to unlock most of that stuff. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted quests. It's DBD day. Yep, all of that stuff is taken care of, so don't want to worry about that. We only need to smash 10 more pumpkins. Ooh, and then we'll get, we'll get 100, and we'll have 150. And then we only need one more quest. We need to kill a survivor. And then Void Crystal is a survivor thing. So we'll at least be able to kill one more survivor. That should be fine. We can do that after. So, just going to add a selection in here. Switch on over to you. Let's see if we can remember how Dredge is spelt. The Dredge. Is it DG? The DRE. DG. It is DG. DGE. The Dredge. Pick up the file. Let's go grab his little portrait. Oh, isn't he just lovely? Wonderful picture day thing there. Okay. Easy to learn. Oops, nope. / hard to master. Boop, boop, boop. Boop to 4. Start this up. Get our basics with the little dash, and we put in the basics. Boop. Go you, and you with the bold. Then add advanced. Tick tab over there. A couple of those. Enter that. And then we have killer commendations. There we go. Ooh, a little stretch. So, where do we begin? Well, let's break down basics and advanced. The basics are teleporting between lockers and charging... Well, actually, specifically, we want to reverse that. Charging Night Shroud and teleporting between lockers. And then the advanced comes with the use of your remnant. And then potentially, this could either be in advanced or mastery, is using your teleport during a chase. Because it's not as easy as it looked. But we'll stick with the basics and advanced for now, and then we'll see how that kind of turns out when we do our writing here. So do we want to start with the blurb? I kind of have something going on here for him. I kind of thought it's not easy. I kind of thought of the start being it's not easy being a mass of flesh, mass of pieces of flesh and bone. Or do I want to start with all the Dredge ever wanted was a hug? a nice warm embrace. First and foremost, pop that open. Do we do that, or do we go to the basics here? You know what? Let's start with the basics. Let's start with the basics. How do we start with the basics? It's always the hard part. Where's the starting? Where's the starting? Once you start, you can build from there. So. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? So, okay, basics are we charge up at okay. Wait a minute. As a teleporting killer, you would think the Dredge's teleport mechanic would be the thing to focus on first. As a teleporting killer, you would think something's there, but no. So, okay, what I'm trying to convey is that most people would think teleporting with the Dredge is the main thing you would have to focus on in order to learn the Dredge. And that's actually not the case. You want to first learn how to you have to prioritize charging your Night Shroud versus teleporting everywhere. You can teleport, but your Night Shroud is the thing you should focus on a little bit more. But how do I put that into terms and words that don't completely turn this into a run-on sentence and massive pain in my ass to fix? In order to oh no, wait a minute. To use the Dredge effectively, you have to work in tandem with both its okay, does the teleport have No, its special ability is the gloaming and gloaming. But it's not technically just a teleport itself. So to effectively use the Dredge's powers, you need to... it's not a balance, because it just happens automatically. However, you can't focus necessarily on one or the other. You need to use them both in tandem. Ooh, this is coming in together slightly more difficult than I thought. Do I like, in order to use the Dredge's... the Dredge effectively? When using the Dredge... No, I like the start of as a teleporting killer. You would think... as a teleporting killer, you would think... okay. As a teleporting killer, you would think... your teleport oh, this one's coming in as a bit difficult. You would think using your... wait, no. You would think using your teleport ability a lot as a teleporting killer, or as a... well, okay, maybe... okay. Killer that teleports, you would think using that ability a lot will get you oh, okay. Starting off, okay. Using a killer that... as a killer that teleports... teleports isn't... teleport's a word, but teleports isn't a word. Yes, it is a word. It's the act of teleporting. Okay, I'll keep it with that, though. Doesn't matter. As a killer that teleports, you would think that using... this ability as a killer that teleports. No, no. Still not right. Ooh, okay, wait. While the Dredge's teleport ability is... I like that. Dredge's teleport, while the Dredge's teleport ability is mostly, no, it's not mostly, ability teleport is also its, that's not it's tis, its main ability damn it. While the Dredge's teleport is its main ability, you want to be careful to not overuse. Okay. You want to be careful not to overuse it. Period. Let's start with that and see where this goes. While the Dredge's teleport is its main ability, I mean, technically it's an it. So, but it sounds weird. Well, the Dredge's teleport is its main ability. You want to be careful not to overuse it. Is that what we want to say? Oh. God, this is like the unknown. I'm really trying to put into words what you're supposed to do here, but it's actually really difficult. It's not coming to me right now. Do I want to, like the unknown, kind of rip the cord here and just do someone different and then maybe come back to you? No, I can, this one I'm pretty sure I can do. It's just, the wording on this one is weird. It's really hard to start this one. Do I want to actually start with advanced? Would that help me? Because that's the one I actually have. That's the one I actually have written down. I think that's what... Okay, so it's called gloaming. So, while your gloaming ability is mostly used as a teleport, it has... Put a comma there. A rarely used, but quite useful second function. Period. You're going to want a gloam ability. While your gloaming ability is mostly used as a teleport, it has a rarely used, but still quite useful second. No, it's still used? Yeah, no. leave it like that. As you are about to teleport, but before you do, you leave a remnant behind. Period. Period. Okay, as you're about to teleport, before you do, okay, remnant gets capitalized there. You leave a remnant behind. Think of this as the start point No, think of this. I think of this works, but actually just thought of something. I'm gonna save this. Did I put, when I did the spirit, the dredge, the blight, the nurse? No, I didn't. So actually, oh, do I want to? No. It's very minor. Because technically the spirit also leaves, leaves behind a remnant. This is before singularity. Got it. Before singularity and after artist. Yay! Okay, there we go. Alright, back to that. While your gloaming ability is mostly used as a teleport, it has a rarely used but quite useful second function. As you are about to teleport, before you do, you leave a remnant behind. So we got a little notification there. Just games being on sale. Got it. So what do we have here that could be? Okay, you need. Think of this remnant as a. Think of this remnant as a return point. There is more to that sentence, but I need to think of it. Think of this remnant as a return point. Because if you cancel out of teleporting, okay, think of this remnant as a return point. Because if you cancel out and don't use your teleport, into a locker, you return to this spot. Period. Okay. Oops, nope. Okay. Think of this remnant as a return point. Because if you... You know what? let's just make this real simple. Period. Capitalize the I. Think of this remnant as a return point. If you cancel out and don't teleport into a locker, you return to this. To that spot. Okay, this something, this little known trick okay, I know, I got, this blank, this trick, can be used to set up some very devious fake-outs. Period. As you charge your gloaming, you have the ability to move around slowly. Period. Okay, let me actually think here. Do I want to put this... Yeah, no, this sentence fits here. I mean, you have the ability to move around slowly. Teleport to a lock as you return to that spot. This trick can be used to set up some very... As you charge your gloaming, you have the ability to move around slowly. Does that go there? I don't know if that sentence goes there. I think this breaks up the structure that we're putting together here. This trick can be used to set up some very devious fake-outs. For instance, or for an example, comma, while you are chasing a survivor and they are trying to loop you around a pallet or vaulting location, you can charge your gloaming to leave a remnant, comma, let them loop you, comma, but return to your remnant in order to cut them off. Period. It was a big sentence. I'm pretty sure I can cut that. For an example, while you are chasing a survivor and they are trying to loop you around a pallet or vaulting location, you can charge your gloaming to leave a remnant, let them loop you, but return to But then, I think I need to put then, return to your remnant in order to cut them off. It needs to be something else. This also works. This also works as something. This also works as a good chase starter. Does it work as a good chase starter? Let me think about that, actually. Because you go in with your remnant popped up. You can then, if they go in a certain direction, teleport back to your remnant and catch them off guard, or teleport into a locker that they're headed towards if they're not going the right way. A little convoluted. Could work, but convoluted. Remnant and run to keep them off. Just remember... Okay, got it. Just remember to click the right button so you don't accidentally teleport into a locker. Period. Yeah, I think that's pretty decent as a starting point. Well, not a starting point, but as an advanced... That's actually not terrible. Giving you an example, telling you, hey, this is kind of the situation you would want to use this in. Here's a little tip on how to use it properly. Just remember to use the right button. No, I think that's fine. I think that works. I think now that I'm in a better frame of mind there, we can do the basics. Now, in the basics, I'm not going to say gloaming as much. So I'm going to say the gloaming, parentheses, the gloaming, open parentheses, gloaming, open parentheses, your teleport, close parentheses, is your main ability, comma, your gloaming, or the gloaming, your teleport, is your main ability. Using this teleport, using this teleport, you can jump between different lockers across the map. Period. Okay. Using this teleport, you can jump between different lockers across the map. Is your main ability. Using this teleport, you can jump between different lockers across the map. In doing so, comma, in doing so, comma, this will help you collect information on survivor locations and And what? Okay. In doing so, this will help you collect information on survivor locations, and... Well, maybe we should swap this. In doing so, this will give you a great mobility boost. In doing so, this will... No, let's pull that back a little bit more. The gloaming, your teleport, is your main ability. Using this teleport, you can jump between different lockers across the map. This helps you locate survivors I mean, that in itself is its own sentence, but I think we can kind of fine-tune that just a little bit more. First off, start by jumping to lockers near generators in order to find survivors working on them. Period. Start by jumping to, it should actually be into lockers near generators in order to find survivors. I keep forgetting, do I capitalize generators? I think I capitalize generators, but I don't capitalize lockers? Once we go through the entire thing, the formatting will fall back into place. Because doing this piecemeal does kind of fuck up with how uniform everything looks. So we'll get back to that. Start by jumping into lockers near generators in order to find survivors working on them. Survivors working on them. While this is happening, a little meter will start building. Your nightfall meter. While this is happening, your nightfall meter will begin to build. Period. Alright, we're on to nightfall in nightfall. Let me double check. Yep, it just called nightfall. And actually, nightfall meter is italicized too. So meter actually counts as a word there. Your nightfall meter will begin to build. This will continue to build. This will continue to build every time you injure, comma, hook, and hook a survivor. Okay, begin to build. This will continue to build every time you injure and hook. Injure or, let's go with or, hook a survivor, and teleport between lockers. Period. That's a D, not an S. Between lockers. Keep Oh, okay. So this is where the basics kind of come in with the Nightfall. You have to keep an eye on the meter. Keep an eye on this meter. Keep an eye on this meter. Okay, actually, do I want to do that in this next sentence? Once the meter fills, comma, nightfall begins, and the dredge gets more powerful. Period. Technically, he becomes more powerful. But we'll get into that as we go. Okay. Once the meter fills, nightfall begins, and the dredge. Gonna want to capitalize the and dredge. Beautiful. Gets more powerful. Keep an eye on this meter. Sometimes do I want to put an extra little tab here? Because this is for teleporting. The next section is for nightfall. Is there anything else we need to learn or need to talk about with the teleport? Let's go. You're glowing, your teleport is your main ability. Using the teleport, you can jump between lockers across the map. Start by jumping into lockers near generators in order to find survivors working on them. Is there something I can put in between that and the next sentence after? That we want. Actually, you know what? I think I will. That, and then we're just going to put a little tappy thing right there. Survivors working on them. If a locker is locked, you'll know a survivor. Now, do we do something about the locks on the locker? What do we talk about if that's the case? Do we have something specific? Not that not right off the top of my head. It might come up with something a little after. Generators to find survivors working on them. Are there other instances of jumping into lockers? You can also jump into lockers, or you can also teleport into lockers during a chase to cut off you can also teleport into lockers during a chase to cut off a survivor's escape route. Period. However, this takes some practice. Because this takes some practice because However, what is it? Okay, I'm trying to say because your line of sight... No, your direction, because the direction you are facing will change. The direction you are facing will change into, will change with where the locker is facing. No, we'll change. I have something here. I'm holding on to it. The locker, the direction you are facing will change while this is. However, this takes some practice because the direction you are facing will change depending on the exit of the locker. Depending on the opening of the locker. Okay. However, this takes some practice because the direction you are facing will change depending on... And you may lose track of the survivor. Period. Okay. Okay, you may lose track of the survivor. Okay, and do I want to separate... Do I want to separate while this is... Yeah, I kind of do. And I might need to change. So, let's put this tab here. While you are playing, while you every time, here we go, here we are. No, let me hold on. While this is happening, your nightfall meter will begin to charge. Or do I want to go while you are playing? No. Yeah, no, while this is happening. No, I think, yeah, Survivor. Then we go into a new thing. While this is happening... While you are... Oh, no, something... Yeah, no, I think we'll keep with while this is happening, your nightfall meter will begin to build. This will continue to build every time you injure or hook a survivor and teleport between lockers. Once the meter fills, nightfall will begin and Dredge will get more powerful. Okay, how do we do this? A darkness... Ooh, yeah, a darkness I like, but a darkness what? A darkness will begin filling the screen and limiting survivors' field of vision. Period. Survivors, no, not field of vision, it's vision range, period. Darkness. This will, that's how I said it, will begin filling the screen and limiting survivors that needs to have the survivor's vision range. For you, comma, the survivors will no. No, okay. As this continues, when this happens, for you, comma, for you, however, this darkness, no, we go with darkness will begin filling the screen, limiting survivors' vision. For you, the survivors for you, comma, the survivors will get highlighted in white, making them easier to spot from a distance. Period. Okay. Not only that, but your teleport no, let's do that. You will also teleport between lockers much faster and unlock the ability to there's two. You will also teleport between lockers much faster and unlock the ability to sense nearby survivors while inside of a locker. Period. Okay. You will also teleport between lockers. Okay, so that's all the information. Let's go with the actual tactics. I also just thought of something for in advance there. There needs to be an extra little blip. Ooh, should I do that now? Yes, I'll do that now. So I also want to put in also. Try not to spam in order to pull this off reliably. try not to spam your teleport. Because I was just thinking to myself, you can't do your little gloaming if it's on charge. In order to pull this off not reliably. Also, yeah, that's it. You also need to remember not to spam your teleport. Period. If your gloaming is on recharge, you won't be able to pull this off. Period. Period. There we go. Okay. There we go. If you're... And then gloaming... I'm gonna say nope. Ability, because that seems better. Okay, we'll go after that. Okay, where was I at? You also will teleport between lockers much faster and unlock the ability to sense nearby survivors while inside the locker. While in Nightfall, use your teleport in a wide range in order to more easily locate hiding survivors. Period. Okay. Wide range across the map in order to... Okay. That seems like... It seems like a lot of information, but broken down, it's actually not difficult to do. So I think we'll be okay. And then I need the blurb here. No, okay, I thought that was something else. Okay, so... Yeah, that seems good. Your basic and your Nightfall stuff separated between a little dash. That's what I like to do. Advanced is in its own little section. And we do have a tiny little blip in the teleport section about teleporting in a chase. We could go a little bit deeper into it if we do a mastery section, but I don't think it's necessary. It's not necessarily necessary, and it wouldn't be a very long blurb there. So, what's next? Now we need to do the intro thing. You know what? We'll do the intro thing after we read this, because I actually haven't read most of this. The basics. The gloaming, your teleport, is your main ability. Using this teleport, you can jump between different lockers across the map. Start by jumping into lockers near generators in order to find survivors working on them. You can also teleport into lockers during a chase to cut off the survivor's escape route. However, this takes some practice because the direction you are facing will change depending on the opening of the locker, and you may lose track of the survivor. Next thing, while this is happening, your nightfall meter will begin to build. This will continue to build every time you injure or hook a survivor and teleport between lockers. Once the meter fills, nightfall begins and the dredge gets more powerful. A darkness will begin filling the screen and limiting the survivor's vision range. For you, the survivor will get highlighted in white, making them easier to spot from a distance. You will also teleport between lockers much faster and unlock the ability to sense nearby survivors while inside of a locker. While in Nightfall, use your teleport in a wide range across the map in order to more easily locate hiding survivors. Is there anything else? I mean, that all sounded fine. Yeah, no, that sounds fine. Advanced. While your glowing ability is mostly used as a teleport, it has a rarely used but quite useful second function. As you're about to teleport, but before you do, you leave a remnant behind. Think of this remnant as a return point. If you cancel out and don't teleport into a locker, you return to that spot. This trick can be used to set up some very devious fake-outs. For an example, while you are chasing a survivor, and they are trying to loop you around a pallet or vaulting location, you can charge your gloaming to leave a remnant, let them loop you, but then return to your remnant in order to cut them off. That is a huge sentence. I might want to, this trick to do for an example, while you are chasing a survivor and they're trying to loop you around a pallet or vaulting location, you can charge your gloaming to leave a remnant. I think this then goes to a period. If you let them loop you, yeah, that's fine. If you let them loop you, but don't... Okay, no, wrong sentence. But, okay, if you let them loop you... Uh-oh, I think I'm starting to lose it. If you let them loop you, but... then... Wait, no. Yeah, if you let them loop you, but then return... Okay, that doesn't work anymore. If you let them loop you, and then return to your remnant... Okay, that entire sentence fucks itself because of the change. You can then let them loop you. You can then let them loop you and return to your remnant in order to cut them off. You can then let them loop you and return to your remnant in order to cut them off. Just remember to click the right button so you don't accidentally teleport into a locker. You also need to remember not to spam your teleport. If you're... That's not right as well. If your gloaming ability is on recharge, you won't be able to pull this off. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works incredibly well. All of that, while being a lot, is very straightforward. So, we're good. So now we need the little blurb. Something about creeping shadows and the monster in the closet. If you weren't afraid of the dark before, you will be after meeting the Dredge. Period. Comma goes there, and the Dredge gets capitalized. His ability to pop up in unexpected places while making it harder to see. I like his ability to pop up in unexpected places. I like the start of that. His ability to pop up in unexpected places makes him and hindering. Oh, there we go. And no, because I don't want to say hindering, because hindering is a status effect, and that's not what he does. And okay, oh, I wondered where the period went after the Dredge. I must have clicked over too quickly. His ability to pop up in unexpected places and create a blanket of darkness create a atmosphere of darkness makes him let's see, wait a minute. Okay. His ability to pop up in unexpected... Oh, wait, no. Let's reverse this. His ability to make a blanket of darkness and then pop up in unexpected places create... No, not create, not to make. Ability to. Something like create and make. Bring forth. Because he's not actually making it, it's just happening. Bring forth. I like bring forth. Bring forth. Now, even then, that's not quite right. His ability to activate a blanket of darkness and then pop up in unexpected places makes him terrifying. His ability to... If you weren't afraid of the dark before, you will be after meeting the Dredge. When night... As the night think as the night works, as the night looms ever closer, the noises first off, that's not the right night. As the night looms ever closer, as the night looms ever closer, the hairs on the map, yeah. Your hairs on the back of your neck will stand on end. Period. Okay. If you weren't afraid of the dark before, you will be after meeting the Dredge. As the night looms ever closer, your hairs on the back of your neck, the hairs on the back of your neck will stand on end. And as the trying to be creative, but also information here. When the blanket of night, when the blanket of let's remove that again. Remove that again. With his, I think, with his ability to pop up in unexpected places, okay, with the ability to pop up in unexpected places, your victims, no, because quarry isn't the right word here. Your victims will be on edge throughout the match. Period. With the ability to pop up in unexpected places, your victims will be on edge throughout the match, even when the cover of darkness blankets the map. Every little bump in the night will cause fear in the hearts of any survivor. Period. That may... we'll see. Okay. Ever, and then... So, that's a D. Fuck me and the keyboard here. Okay, if you weren't afraid of the dark before, you will be after meeting the Dredge. With his ability to pop up in unexpected places, your victims will be on edge throughout the match. Even when the cover of darkness blankets the map, every little bump in the night will cause fear in the hearts of any survivor. Yeah, no, that feels like that works. Save that. Let's take a little preview here. Oh, perfect. I love it when it looks the right part when that happens. Okay, that's the Dredge. Ticked off. Now for the killer recommendation. So the Dredge is a teleport killer. So anyone that can teleport is usually going to be pretty good. think the Hag. You know what? The Hag and the Dredge. Wrong thing here. Hag and the Dredge share a lot of similarities, and I think with what he does, I'd say, yeah, no, if you like playing as the Dredge, you'll like playing as the Hag, and I think vice versa when I do the Hag, but we'll see when that comes out. Nightmare is it's a little too complicated. Demigorgon. Do I think the Demigorgon, technically, because he is also a teleport killer, he just has control over where the teleports go. We'll put that in asterisk there. Oh, Onryo. Okay, that's actually a better one. How do I spell that? On-Y-O. On Rio. I know that there's no little dash above the O, but still. So the Onryo, yes. I think the Demigorgon's a little too aggressive for a Dredge copy there. So Dredge, we go with Hag, Onryo, Xenomorph? Yeah. I think here, kind of the same with the navigation of your teleports. I kind of think that would work. Do I think also the Unknown has... because he has a teleport. Yeah, you know what? We'll do Xenomorph and Unknown. Maybe even the animatronic when I do get to play him. Do I want... I think with what we've got here, I think we're going to be okay. So yeah, the Xenomorph, even though I don't like playing as the Xenomorph, I'm not good at him whatsoever. Xenomorph, I will fully admit that it's a very close, not close enough, but, and, no. Is that how you spell Xenomorph? It is. Fuck you, spelling correction. I'm correct. Okay, save that. Hag, the Onryo, the Xenomorph, and the Unknown are wonderful comparisons and people you could probably check out after playing as the Dredge. Because the Dredge is, I mean, like I said, easy to learn, hard to master. A good stepping stone for those killers, for especially the Onryo and the Xenomorph, which is what, you know, iridescent killers are supposed to be used for. You want to go from basic to iridescent to the arc cell, so you're not wasting money. Ta-da! Okay. I think with that... yeah, Ghostface and Dredge. I think with that, we are going to be done for today's stream. It's almost been 3.5 hours. And I feel like that went pretty well. It didn't go quickly, but I think because we had multiple matches of Ghostface, that kind of elongated for a little while. Plus, we were getting back into the writing aspect of the week. We'll be better tomorrow, hopefully. But 2 entries is still 2 good entries. Let me go and remove the Dredge from our spinny wheel. There we go. And, yeah, we did Ghostface and the Dredge as our entries. Ooh, we also have the daily. The little event bonus that we got. So, yay! Good stuff. Dredge, you're a little shadowy red. Doesn't really matter. Right. So tomorrow we will be back with more How to Killer. We'll be doing more of the Haunted by Daylight stuff, even though it's only a few matches in between. We are still going strong, bringing it back up to where we want it. How many? Oh, let me actually check here. I closed it way too early. How many killers are left here? 16. It says here that we have 16 killers on the list. Now, of course, that counts only for the ones that I have. So I am missing 4. Bubba, Chucky, Springtrap, and the Ghoul. And I don't think I'm gonna get them while they're just a little bit cheaper, because I still want to see where Dead by Daylight kind of turns in player satisfaction and balancing. The last update didn't really do great, but I mean, they're at least trying. They really need to not coward out when it comes to certain things, because yes, a saying I like to go with, the vocal minority is louder than the silent majority. I think that's very apparent in the Dead by Daylight community. So they have to, I mean, they also have all those stats that they watch, but I still feel like they tend to backpedal when a lot of noise is made, when only a small portion of the community is really angry at them. So we'll see what happens whenever, I mean, the next PTB and update stuff is definitely not going to happen in October when the event's going on, so that might pop up in November or something. But anyway, either still, I'm probably not going to get any new killers during this event or until that kind of stuff gets fixed. And yeah, that leaves us with 16. And that was, okay, what did we have? I think we had like 26 or 28 killers when we started last week. So that's at least 10 to 12 ticked off the list. Now we're getting into, we're now getting into either some of the killers that I don't play a lot of, or I don't like playing, or I'm just not very good at, but I still can do an entry. So we'll see. I mean, there are still a couple killers that I am good at that are on the list, but we are at the mercy of the wheel, if I feel like it. But we are at the mercy of the wheel for the next time we play and do this.